It's the Bad and Boujee Sports Podcast. Jillian, Ricochet, Riley, what's going on, guys?
Oh my, are you kidding me? What's going on? I gotta say this. Producer Doug worked me so hard I had to go on another vacation. Like my 4th in 5 months, he's working me so hard.
Absolutely.
This time I tried to get some relaxation in the Caribbean. But, while I was in the Caribbean, I was thinking about this podcast the whole time. I was so excited about it. It just made me think about it the whole time.
Yeah. That's all wasn't really vacation.
Exactly.
Yeah,
But, I'm like, maybe I can write that off since I was thinking about work.
It's a working vacation,
Right.
so
Yeah.
just bring me the receipts.
You got it.
I'll look at them.
Yeah. Cool. Oh, I like that.
I didn't say I was going to reimburse.
Oh, that's mean, man. I need all the write-ups I can get. So, Ricochet, how's it been going with you, young man?
Ooh, man, I'm pretty good. I'm just excited for our very first live audience. First ever live audience.
Oh my
podcast
goodness.
episode.
Oh my goodness. This is gonna be fantastic.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be
And I gotta say this too. How we thought of this live audience thing was one of our viewers mentioned that he wanted to come to the podcast. So I'm like, So I presented to producer Doug, and he said, "Let's go with it."
Yeah.
So
Let's go.
We're here now with our first live
Intimate
audience.
Intimate audience.
Intimate
Yes.
audience.
All right.
Yes.
So I mean, everything's good. You're well vacationed,
Yes, I am.
and Ricochet, you're well out of school.
Well out of school, well adjusted.
Was this your 4th year over
Yep, it was my 4th year, but I've been kind of all over the place. So I still have 1 or 2 more
Oh,
classes.
so it's a
left to do. I'm not all the way
6-year,
done yet.
4-year program.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
I got you.
It's like a 4-year program. I'm doing it in 10 years.
Oh, there you go. Degree on layaway.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, cool. Let's get ready to. We're gonna bring in some guests. You sure you don't have anything else you guys want to go over?
You know what? No, I'm good. I want to get to the guest,
Yeah.
man, because
Yeah.
we've been
Get
waiting.
to the guest.
We had talked about this over a month ago. We were at a cornhole event in St. Clair Shores when I met this awesome couple. And we talked about some things that was going on. And what they told me kind of shocked me a little bit.
Uh-huh.
So it's like, man, that would be a great podcast. What do you think about doing a podcast?
Well,
so they agreed to it. Thank God.
I knew you were saying that there was a name for the show.
Oh man, the name for the show, The Dirt in Cornhole.
Uh-oh.
Man, I'm telling you, cornhole is such a great, fun game, but man, there's so much drama.
Yeah.
Unbelievable drama
Well, that's
in
why
cornhole.
we had to come back to it, because when we started the show, it was about cornhole.
Exactly.
Right.
And then it got kind of boring talking about track and field. No, I'm just joking. No, but we had a great time every episode. But when Jimmy Jam came back with feedback on an exciting show, he just had to do it. I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, this was
Double back to cornhole.
we had to again, like producer Doug had mentioned, we had started out as a Bad Boujee Bros cornhole podcast.
Yes.
But we were blessed, and we had a couple sponsors, that do a little bit of something. Say, hey guys, you might change it up, just going on sports, but you can still do cornhole. And guess what? This is the perfect opportunity to get our cornhole in with this episode.
Yep.
First cornhole episode in a long time.
Man, I am so excited. I am really excited for this.
Let's get ready to bring them on, man.
All righty. I tell you, I want to introduce Uncensored Cornhole, Tony and Jillian Whalin.
Uh-oh.
We're going to give them a little second to get the headphones on.
Uh-oh.
Oh, my goodness.
Right.
While they're getting their headphones and stuff on, getting set up.
Riley, he's
Is he climbing?
climbing the fence. All right.
I wanted to thank Tony for this awesome gift, a blade And Bo whiskey. Man, that's some good stuff. This is really smooth.
Cheers.
Thank you, brother. Cheers, brother. Oh, my goodness. Woo! I do it.
Wait. I've got the other sound.
got
Take
the-
the sip one more time.
Take it, okay, with
hold
the
on,
pinky
hold on.
up.
All right.
Yeah, there we go.
No,
There we
sorry.
go.
See, when it's hard liquor, we have to go like that. But when it's cute liquor, it goes. Okay. So let's just remember. Tell me when it's cute liquor. I tell you what. When you take a sip,
Can I take a sip?
and when my man takes a sip, okay, we'll do it like that. Something. All right. Well,
So, guys, we're finally here. I know when we talked about this particular subject, kind of hit a little ways, but before we get to that, why don't you tell us about Uncensored Cornhole, how you guys got started, and where you're from. So introduce yourselves.
All right. Well, I'll go first. I'm Jillian Whalin, married to Tony Whalin. How we got started, honestly, we started as partners with Badges and Bags Cornhole.
Badges and bags.
Badges and Bags, yes. And really, honestly, it was the love of the game that got us into it. So for those that don't know, Cornhole has a special place in our heart. It has saved our marriage. It has been a game that has gotten us through tough times.
Awesome.
It is something that literally we could come together and we could do together because everybody can play the game, right?
Yes.
So with that being said, we had been looking for a place to play for a while, and we just decided to open up our own. So
Awesome.
we are in Madison Heights, Michigan. We have a perfect little location that has 3 boards. We do carry everything you need. So boards, bags, jerseys, you name it, score towers, we got it. And yeah, that's kind of what we are.
See, you said something earlier about how cornhole is done for your life and brought you together. I tell you, when I've been playing for about 2.5 years, I'm thinking cornhole, me and a buddy of mine, we played in this backyard 3 years ago or whatever, and all of a sudden we started. 6 months later, we started a league, and I've never had so much fun playing cornhole. I never thought this game would be like it is, too. Where it was so much fun for me, this gentleman right here, well, when we first started, like I said, it was Cornhole Podcast. So I presented to him, was like, can we have a Cornhole Podcast? He said, yes. That's how important it was for me to want to start a podcast about cornhole. I just love the game so much, so I understand the passion what you're talking about with that. Was there anything else you want to tell us about? I mean, as far as how you feel about the sport, and then we can get into the other stuff.
I mean, I think she covered it. She did a lot of talking right there.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, she said, it helped saved us. It was something that we could do together.
Gotcha.
Well, we had a lot of other interests. It wasn't always something that either one of us enjoyed 100% like the other. So, cornhole's great. And the community, even better.
Yes.
Even better. Phenomenal.
You're not kidding. I mean, I have hundreds of friends now because of cornhole. I mean, I literally mean that. When you go to an event, we can name some different places that we've all been to Great Shots.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
We've all been to One-Eyed Jacks. Mm-hmm. We've all been to wherever else we've been to, okay? And it's always some faces there that you just, when you see these people, you actually love to see them, plain and simple. You love to just be around everybody because the community is just awesome.
Yeah.
That's, that's what it's all about. That's what it should be about, happiness and just having fun all the time. And the thing about cornhole, it's not one of those sports where you got to pay a lot of money. You pay $20 and have 4 or 5 hours worth of fun.
Exactly.
And you leave happy. I mean, nobody who likes to lose, but you don't think about it because by the time
you're all
your
juiced
game is
up.
over with.
You're juiced.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
That's what I was figuring.
Cornhole is synonymous with bottles like this.
Hold on. Anybody
Anyway.
take a sip? Hold on.
Okay.
All right. Just wanted to make sure.
But cornhole is, I'm going to tell you, it's a sport that, brings a lot of people together. You'd be surprised that, you get people that are shut in or whatever, and then they'll go join the cornhole league and they're out. And I mean, really makes people happy. That's all I can say. I've seen, for myself, I mean, yeah, I hang out or whatever, but it's like, man, I've never had so much fun playing cornhole.
That's lovely, Jimmy Jam. It's real cute, lullaby-ish.
Man, I
This
know.
is supposed to be
You wanted to get the fluff out of the way. I wanted to get the fluff out the way.
Man. No, I'm just
Okay,
playing.
I will say this. Well, here we go. It started with Jillian. We were in St. Clair Shores about about 5-6 weeks ago, something like that.
Yep.
And we were talking. I mean, I saw the passion in this young lady's eyes. I mean, it was passion. Then all of a sudden, started talking to Tony. I saw the passion in his eyes. I'm like, man, what is going on here? Maybe we can make a show about this. Okay, I got my shovel out. My imaginary shovel. I'm digging some dirt now. Okay, let's jump right into it. So, guys, what is going on? Because I got to say this, too. I'm sorry. People have been waiting for this show. There's been threats being made, all kind of things. It's been interesting. It's like, wow, I guess people don't want some information getting out for some reason. But I got to say this, too, okay? This is just not going to be one-sided because we invited people to be on the show, and they denied coming on the show. If they say they didn't, guess what? I got it in text, okay? I have it in text that they were offered to come on the show. On this show, if they didn't want to come on the show, they were offered a rebuttal show. They denied that too, okay? So why are you denying these things? So here we go.
Let's hit him in the hole.
Let's go. Who's first?
Let's start it up. Start with the work that you did, the hard work that you did.
Okay, so first and foremost, I have to address, I have heard in the community that Uncensored Cornhole was created to stick it to Chris and Wendy at Badges and Bags. That was not the case. So if we back up quite a while ago, almost, a year and a half-ish.
Right in the middle of COVID.
Again,
Right in the middle.
we started with them. They gave us our start. That is no deny. But this was not an intent of getting back at them. So we partnered with Chris and Wendy and wanted to start summer leagues. And I was tasked with going ahead and finding local bars. One of the things that was told to me was it was very important for them to come into the city of Madison Heights, which the city not only do we live in, we work for, we love, but there is another... Huh?
Born and raised.
Born and raised. That's true. He was. But there was a need to come into Madison Heights because there was another cornhole company that was already running outside leagues in Madison Heights. So I took it upon myself to go to all local bars in the city and get bars on board with playing cornhole. Let's play some outside cornhole. Weather was turning nice. This was about the second week of April. I spent a lot of time doing so for them. I secured 2 bars for them, which everyone knows as Coach and On the Rocks. With that being said, because both Tony and I work for the city of Madison Heights, we know the city rules and ordinances. We made it very clear in April that a permit needed to be pulled to be played.
Really?
Within the city limits.
Okay.
Yep. We were blatantly told by Badges and Bags that the permit was something the bar had to pull, which I confirmed with city officials. It could be anybody that pulled this permit. Permit costs exactly $200 for an entire season. Tony and I even were going as far as to offer our own money so that a permit was pulled, so we were all playing legally.
Let me clarify real quick. The bar still had to pull the permit, but anybody could pay for it. So and that makes a difference in the story for sure.
So Chris was very adamant that it was on the bars. The bars needed to pay, all that good stuff.
To which we told him what? we told him, this goes back to you wanting to, we told him we'd split the money. You know, if it's $200, we pay 100, you pay 100. There's ways to get your money back. Right. You could charge $5 more. But in our opinion, you had to prove to the bar that you could bring in the money, and then the next session, we asked for the bar to pay for the permit, you know, or next year, however that worked.
We truly believe you gotta spend a little money.
You have to give to get.
Yes.
That's how it is.
100%.
100%. Yes.
I've done it myself in Mount Clemens. I'm in. That's all I'm going to say.
Right. So moving forward, no permits were pulled. Coach Bar started on Monday evenings. It was a co-ed league. They were playing unpermitted. With that being said,
They pulled the permit.
they ended up pulling the permit, which again, as members of the city, we can know who pulled permits, who didn't, all that good stuff. On the Rocks, a permit was not pulled by the day that league was supposed to start. And unfortunately, the bar was called out on Facebook
Tagged on Facebook.
As not pulling the permit. With that decision that the bar was thrown under the bus, we took the stance of not joining that league.
Okay.
We took the stance of not joining that league.
We were supposed to run that league, which became part of the problem, right? So we were supposed to run that Monday league, and then they announced that the bar did not pull the permit, and league was going to be run at their house. First week of league was going to be run at their house, which our whole idea of moving to Madison Heights was we were local, we were close. We had been going to the facility for 2, 3, 4 sessions. I lost count. But and it was local. We could scooter there. You know, it would be fun. When you move into your house, that's further than the facility. It became a problem. So at that point, but I think the big thing is the call out on Facebook. The call out of the bar on Facebook.
Wait, who called out who on Facebook?
Chris called the bar out for not pulling the permit.
What exactly did he say? Give us just give us verbatim. You can. Obviously you got proof of what he said here.
A lot of proof.
See, that's the thing.
42 pictures, Jimmy. 42.
See, and that's what I'm saying. Before we discussed, it's not going to just be throwing stuff against the wall. Somebody said anything. This stuff is in writing.
So, and
Go ahead and talk.
I was going to say, while he's finding that, to back this up a bit as well, we have had many conversations with Chris and Wendy about what we requested as being part of Badges and Bags. So never did we ask for money to be paid to do or run anything. What we actually asked for was Badges and Bags gear, Badges and Bags bags, so that we could represent them in other tournaments. We were told by Chris that would happen. Cool, great. That never happened. I have spent many hours running their league spreadsheets. I have spent many hours finding bars for them. I have spent personal time on Facebook making posts, posters, all of this stuff. And the only thing that we were ever given was a case of beer and $23.
Wait. I have something. You said case of beer and $23.
A case of beer and $23.
Okay. Let me tell you what that gets around here. All right.
Yeah. So, and that's the thing is, as a business analyst, I loved the spreadsheets. I loved doing all of that stuff. And I was really just invested in making them great, making it easier, putting, the formulas in so that it automated itself. And I'm not the only person in the Badges and Bags community that was offering services like that. But again, the return on what we got as players, as people that were offering what we know, because that's the one thing. you can always find something in the cornhole community. I don't care what it is, if it's spreadsheets, if it's a carpenter, if it's whatever.
Right.
They play cornhole. And I feel like we all come together and help each other, right? And so the expectation was we wanted to represent Badges and Bags and then to not even cash in on that. And mind you, 2 of us playing, we played with Badges and Bags roughly 4 to 5 times a week.
Wow.
And then on top of that, we paid for our own jerseys at $60 a piece and our own bags and so
$60.
Yeah.
yeah.
I know how much them jerseys cost him. $60.
Yeah, they might have been 50. I don't remember the
Ooh,
cost.
that must hurt to sit down.
Let's go back to May 20th of 2023 when they announced that myself and a few other people, we're going to try to not mention a lot of names here, but we were listed as people that Badges and Bags now has working for them. So at that point, while we went a little bit above and beyond probably what we needed to do, it got to a point where, like she said, we were playing 4 or 5 nights a week. Did we miss a fundraiser? I don't think we missed
not a single fundraiser.
A single fundraiser. And when I say that, we were there throwing down $150, $200. That's including our entry fee. But there were bag raffles where I put in. He was doing bag raffles at $10 a ticket, and he needed 7 tickets sold, and they were at 4, and I put in $30 more to make sure the bag raffle went off.
Right.
I was never keeping those bags. She'll tell you. I have
He's
way
got
too many
enough.
bags.
He's got more than enough.
Can I interrupt just for a second?
Yeah.
I'm totally new to cornhole.
Yeah.
Other than doing this podcast, right? You took Jimmy Jam took me out to One Eye Jacks,
Okay.
and I thought it was exciting, right? I mean, it seemed like a lot of camaraderie and everything. And then Jimmy Jam got excited and told me, "Hey, look, I'm doing something in Mount Clemens, wasn't it?"
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he put in the work, as Jimmy Jam always does. He's very diligent in his mission. Long story short, he did all his leg work, and his wallet, well, not his wallet, but the pay came up like this. All he heard was crickets. So I'm trying to figure out, is this the business nature of cornhole? Where people just somebody steps up and says, I'm going to dominate at your expense, because I feel like calling out that company, the guy that did that to Jimmy Jam, because he don't know who he's messing with.
Well, I brought him to the table. I just wanted to show him, hey, this is what I can do for you. If you hang with me, I can bring you city officials. That's what I can do.
And so I think it goes back to you have to spend a little to get a little, right? So, and legit, that is the school that we are from. We don't have a problem opening our wallets.
But is it okay to use usury?
Well,
they're trying to support an organization, but getting pimped in the process.
Right. 100% not.
Right.
It's not okay.
It's not okay.
It's not okay. And when you know, and that's part of the problem that we ran into, is when you know that certain people are getting certain things. Like once we got in with Badges and Bags, and I saw that certain people were getting their tournaments paid for, and I saw that certain people were getting free jerseys. And when we came to you, when I finally got frustrated enough that I was like, I'm here 4 to 5 nights a week, I'm getting burned out, and I'm not getting anything in return, and all I want is a jersey to go represent you, or a set of bags, and I'm all set, and it's your bag. I wasn't asking for a set of Ultra Viper bags, for $125. It was his bags, Badges and Bags bags that I would have taken anywhere and represented, and I couldn't even get that. Wow. So yes, that's a problem. That's a problem.
It is a
Usury
problem.
is a problem.
And so Tony, I think, felt that a little bit quicker than Jill.
Way quicker.
So
quicker.
I continued to do what I did because I loved it, because I loved the people. Keeping in mind, too, knowing that if we were to separate from Chris and Wendy, it would mean people left behind, too. So there are some amazing players that we made friends with.
Not even some, a lot.
A lot.
There are
that
a lot of amazing
I
players.
held on to for far too long. So to be doing all this work still meant that I got to hang out with my friends, so I was okay with it, right? But yeah, he took the stance very quickly of I was being used for my talents and I shouldn't keep doing it. So, yeah. So to piggyback off that, Tony, where did you want to represent Badges and Bags at?
Well, do we want to circle back to the picture for the call out on the
Oh,
bar
yeah,
real
that's
quick?
right. That's
or no,
right.
Or is
Yeah,
that
yeah,
gone?
yeah. No, no.
Okay.
Come on.
So,
Oh, no.
So yeah, the exact word. Oh no.
After this, we
No,
want
I'm
to take a
lost.
question from one of the audience members as well.
Okay. Now I done lost it. See.
Oh, you
Now
got
here
time.
it is. The exact post on Facebook. Throwdown Thursday Cornhole League outside under the lights at On the Rocks Bar and Grill. Never pulled a permit for us to have outside leagues and drink outside. So we are starting the league at our new house tonight. And he goes on to explain the league, and I'm not going to give out addresses, but
Right.
but once we saw that, I mean, it pissed me off.
bet it did.
I was beyond pissed. The fact that you're calling out a bar when you knew 6 fucking weeks before what you had to do, and you didn't do it, pissed me off.
Okay, the F-bombs are flying. That means this person was pissed off, and I don't blame him.
I was pissed.
All right, okay. Who in the audience has the first question?
You can step on over
Yeah,
to
I'll-
the producer
yeah.
cam right here.
So, in all of this beef, have you guys invited them to come to your place, or have you been invited back to their place to try to mend the fences?
Tell us who you are, sir.
Rich Elizabeth.
Hey, Rich.
How you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm great. Glad to
Rich.
see you, buddy.
So we did. I don't actually remember when Wendy's birthday is, but when it was right around when we first opened up, which was November last year, and we made posts about how we were going to go for Wendy's birthday, support her, support the community, and then it was after that we didn't talk. It was a pretty cold reception. Chris did not talk to me, passed me several times going to the bathroom. Did not talk to me. Wendy was very receptive. It was good to see her. Mom and Pops, receptive. But after that, it was what they were doing, Battle of the Boards,
Battle of the Brands.
Battle of the Brands, number 2. And I messaged him because they put on Facebook that they were looking for other companies that wanted to come out.
Mm-hmm.
I messaged him. I have him here if you wanted to see him. But we went back and forth a little bit on, what he did to us or what I did to him supposedly. And I guess I'm going to have to find those messages. But he basically told me, so here it is. This is me. Hey, brother, interested in bringing a team to the next Battle of the Brands. Spoke to Jason, Jason from Clutch. He said to reach out to you, which is Chris. We would love to be there. What do you say? He said, we're all set with teams, right? And so we said, Jason's looking for more. Jason put out on Facebook that he was looking for more teams. And he said, we're only running 4 in this one. And I told him, I'm like, and Chris's facility, it's
huge.
It's great.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Great facility.
Oh, yeah,
Great. I don't even know how many boards you could get in there, right? But I told him he had the space for more than 4 teams, right? And he told me, I know I have the room for a lot more teams, but we're all set for that one. I said, that's a shame. This could be a lot of fun. He said, it will be. You were at the first one. I said, yep, that's why we're trying to help you make this one even more better than that one. More teams means more fun. His words. However, damage has been done. Wendy and I will never step a foot in your place, as I hope you and Jill would never step foot in ours.
Wow.
Petty. Petty.
Cornhole.
You believe that?
This is cornhole.
Yeah, this is cornhole. This is
cornhole.
This is this phenomenal community that we walked into, except for one company.
Yes. And,
Right.
and everybody needs to understand that our doors are open to everybody and anybody. I don't care.
Shit,
who
we'll
you-
host Chris.
Chris and Wendy are
Come
still
on out. Let's have fun
welcome
again.
to Uncensored Cornhole. We don't care where people play on a regular basis. We literally are for the love of the game. That is That is it. And so, yes, Chris and Wendy still to this day have an open invite to Uncensored Cornhole.
Well, you guys are awesome for that then.
Well,
I mean,
it doesn't pay to be petty.
ooh, I like that.
Or non-responsive when you're given an invitation to come out and, put both sides of the story on the table.
Right.
But
You could
that's
be
just
here.
me.
Yeah, you could be here. We could squash this right now, probably. We might all be drinking.
Well,
And-
I mean,
And it'd be over.
And to lead into that too, we have offered. So before Uncensored Cornhole was open, we told Chris and Wendy that we wanted to sit down and talk to them.
Okay.
We literally, I have the conversations between me and Wendy. He has the conversations between him and Chris. That literally, we wanted to sit and talk and hate us if you want to after we talk, but at least come to the table like adults and talk.
So I'm going to touch on one thing there, and there's one name I am going to call out. One name, Mr. Robert Riley, who publicly called us out on Facebook without knowing our side of the story.
ooh,
Please let me buy you some fucking lunch.
Yeah.
Let me take you to dinner. I will buy you beers. Come hear my side of the story. You still hate me after that? That's fine. But listen to our side of the story before you make a decision. The only gentleman that called us out publicly on Facebook. So
it's funny you say that. I just remember we started this whole podcast thing. I mean, we started all this stuff because we were, I was kind of pushed out. So I was like, okay, I'll just do my own thing. And this is where we are now because I can do it all.
You weren't pushed out, Jimmy Jam.
I'm just saying.
The whole thing started from all this joy that was coming from cornhole. Because again, I don't even play basketball. I bowl. Okay, that's what about the most of.
And play pool. He's a shark.
If you can throw a ball, you can throw a bag.
Well, I've tried it a couple of times.
I saw that in a movie once.
Didn't really work. But what I'm taken aback by is the fact that this enjoyable sport is tarnished by the I don't know, I'm going to call it selfish business part of it by a few. So I'm hoping that the whole the entire league isn't screwed up like that.
What gets me is this. How can you get upset when you try to join on with something and you get told no, but you go start your own thing? But then you're the bad guy for starting your own thing, which I don't get. What is up with that?
Oh, we're stealing people, Jimmy.
We're
stealing people.
Oh my gosh.
We have been told that we are stealing people. And here's the thing. You can't steal something that isn't owned, and you cannot own people. And so literally players can decide to play wherever the heck they want to play.
It's funny you say that too because Jimmy, you got to choose sides. Excuse my language. The fuck you mean choose sides? If I want to go to Great Shots, go to Great Shots. If I want to go to one at Jacks, I'm going to go to one at Jacks. If I want to go here, I want to go there. What the fuck you talking about? I'm not your bitch.
Right.
Excuse my language. I'll just put it to you like that.
Me? Yeah.
That's
I
right.
said it. I said the B word.
Yep.
So, but yeah, it's like, come on, man. People get around and play in different places because they get to meet new people.
It's the best part about cornhole.
There you go.
That is the best part about cornhole. So I think you asked the question, like, where did what was the question? Where did I tell Chris about that or whatever? So we'll just get into the next part of the issue of after the bar thing happened. I had a buddy who worked for Michigan Cornhole for years and years and years. Got out of the game. I brought him to the facility. So he actually got me back. Not back into it. He took me to my first league ever outdoor. And then I was like, man, Chris is running these leagues. Let's go play. Let's have fun. Took him for 2 sessions in the winter. And then Michigan Cornhole was running their thing. That's where all his buddies are. I took him to meet all my buddies, He's like, I want to go see my buddies. And I'm like, let's do it. So we're inside one of the bars that we were trying to lock down for the summer. And she's like, tell him. Because what? He was mad. Somebody else from Badges and Bags had gone and played or signed up for another league and he was all mad. He was so pissed off that they didn't tell him. So she's like, just tell me. Right. Was that you?
Wait,
Was that Rich? Was that you, Rich?
Yeah, 2 years of being loyal as could be to every single thing that Badges and Bags had going on, including, was it cross-dresser bingo we went to support money for the baseball leagues?
Yeah.
All of that. Wanted to go play somewhere else, just a different venue for different people, and you wouldn't believe the messages I received about, oh, you're leaving because you can't handle the competition, oh, you're leaving because of this, you're leaving because of that, versus, hey, thanks for the support, you're always welcome, can't wait to see you again. Like,
Right.
Real easy to say.
Right.
Did I also see?
And I'm not the only one.
I was gonna
believe
say,
that.
did I
Right,
see
no, you
Tim,
are
and,
not
Tim
the
and
only
Kelly's hand go up too about and rods, hot rods?
rod.
Okay, so quite a few.
it's-
So everybody's yeah.
And
It happened
that's
to two of my neighbors too that happen to live
Oh.
on my street.
And I think that's the problem, and that's half the reason we're here, right? It's a common denominator, right? It's not that it just happened to us; it happened to a lot of people, right? But back on this story, so he sends me a message that says, "I expect somebody that's working for Badges and Bags to not go play for a competitive cornhole company." My response, and I have it in text message if anybody ever wants to see it. Bitch, I don't work for you. I didn't sign a fucking contract. I have not. You haven't paid. You've given me a case of beer. I've put in probably 40 to 60 man hours with you, and that's not including all the times I'm sitting there at fundraisers taking out trash because there's 100 people there, right? Shit that you didn't ask me to do.
Returning bottles on a Saturday.
Oh my God, we
Stop
sat
it.
there and read. And this is all shit that
$700
we
worth.
did. This is all shit that we did to help, and still couldn't even get a fucking set of bags. Not one. Not a set of $70 bags.
He couldn't even
or
get
a
one
jersey.
bag.
So you know, and we're not the only ones. Like there was, I think we heard finally that there was 3 or 4 people before us. We were told by several people, and 100% it's our fault, right? But be careful. Be careful.
So
Be careful.
You got.
we got the warning. We were told by multiple players, "Do you know what you're signing up for?" And the thing is, again, I think because of the love of the game, it was we know we're good, we got this, right? Everything's fine, everything's great. We
I
love
thought
the
I
game.
could change them, Jimmy.
We
I
both
I
thought-
really
we
thought
both
that
thought.
maybe showing what we could do and what we brought to the table would maybe change his mind on some things.
Like you said, you know, you bring in all your talent and whatever to the table. Yeah, well, I found out personally, I don't mean shit to some people. That's why you do your own shit like you're doing now.
All right.
Okay, I'm thankful that I'm doing my own shit because
Hey,
I'm telling
I
you,
want to shout out. I'm so tempted to say Jason's name. I'm so tempted. But the deal is,
I didn't do it, Jason.
I mean, no,
I
I'm
didn't
serious.
say it.
That was my introduction to cornhole. I was like, damn, he just got jacked in something he enjoyed just doing. And then it was flipped around like he's the bad guy. So then he was forced to say, hey, Doug, we gathered up and we said, we're going to do corporate cornhole. We're going to do something different. And which is cool. So shout outs to Coward Man. Thank you very much because we started another business. And where's my money changer?
You
I
know
don't
what,
see it on here.
Jason,
But anyway.
that wasn't me. But see, I'm sorry. My friends, they don't like it when I'm sad. I'll just say that. Anyway. But, yeah, you know, sometimes when you said no, you start your own stuff. And I appreciate it because I got a lot of stuff going on. I mean, I don't know if some of you notice already. I put out a lot of goofy Facebook posts and whatever. And now I got people wanting me to promote their products.
And
I mean,
in other countries, you know, he's bringing attention to certain things. But I forget which country it was, but they've never heard of cornhole.
Or Curacao, Aruba. You know, and I'm just goofing around and talking to people. It's like, hey, trust me. Now these trips are write-offs for me now. See, that's why I'm taking it because I'm a different type of guy.
Hey,
I
trips.
don't do, hey, dude, I'm about to make an announcement.
Just
I'm
like
about
the
to make an
corporate
announcement
core.
in a few weeks about y'all want to take some trips with us? I'm telling you, I can save y'all some money.
Hey,
Anyway,
it's just like the corporate cornhole tagline: "Fun is in the bag."
fun is in the bag.
Hey, some people don't want to be in the same bag with you.
That's okay. That's all right. That's why we're here now. Thank you for telling me no. I want to go to work for somebody. No, fuck that. I do my own thing. I think I'm doing it
Yeah.
okay too.
But so we've
great.
gotten a lot of slack though from doing our own thing. And the funny thing was, this was never to do our own thing, to be honest. We actually wanted to sit at the table with Chris and Wendy because we wanted it to be an extension of Badges and Bags. But the funny thing is, when we asked them to sit at the table, we also had the text message from Chris that says, I ain't got nothing to say to you, brother. So he's got nothing to say, so he's not included. We have a ton of partners and people that support us and are allowing us to do our own thing.
Before you get into that, can you say it for the people in the back? Like, we wanted it to be an extension of Badges and Bags, and you wouldn't fucking come to the table. You wouldn't come to the table. You wouldn't let me take you out to lunch and explain what we wanted to do. What we were already doing while I was already learning Scoreholio, and you think that you taught me everything about Scoreholio, and kudos to you. You taught me how to troubleshoot Scoreholio, but I was already learning on my own. I was running little bullshit tournaments in my backyard, right? Kudos to you. You taught me how to troubleshoot. But we wanted Madison Heights to be an extension of Badges and Bags to extend yourself further. And you fucked up. You fucked up.
Yep. So the next problem comes. So we've created our own business. We've created a place to play. We are welcoming to everybody. The problem now is Chris likes to stalk players on Scoreholio and likes to send text messages while players are at other locations outside of the facility.
But it's not just ours. It's Jim's.
It's
Jim's.
it's
I
every
saw a text
player.
message while we were at SES from Chris to somebody while I was standing in line waiting to pay.
And so our thing has now become protecting the players, because that's not fair. And yes, you are correct in play where you want to play, but not everybody has the backbone to tell him to back off, or in better terms, or lack of better terms, fuck off, because he does have a good facility, right? He is a place to play.
That's a great place, yes.
I absolutely understand location sometimes means everything for people, right? But at the same time, when this man is taking your money and is then hounding you and stalking you and literally in text message berating you for playing at other places, that is not fair. No other director in the state of Michigan does it. And if he's got enough free time on his hand to stalk where everybody's at on Scoreholio, for the love of God, get a life.
Hey,
Get a life.
That's interesting.
let me cheers to him for a second though, because of his shit, we made a little bit of money. He started calling our place the closet.
Yes.
Because we're small, and we're small. We're 3 boards.
We have low ceilings.
Low ceilings.
9 feet, 3 inches.
Yeah. Don't forget about the 3 inches.
3 inches.
Yeah. Don't forget.
My wife likes my 3
Yeah,
inches.
see? Exactly. Don't forget about the
Just
3
kidding,
inches.
baby. I know you back there somewhere.
But yeah, Jason and Kelly from Waterbury has some great shirts.
So he coined us the closet.
The closet.
So we quickly jumped on that bandwagon with Jason and Kelly and made some awesome T-shirts that say, I play at the closet.
Wait, what does it say on the back?
Nice catchphrase.
On the back, it does say, size doesn't matter.
Yep.
Uncensored Cornhole. So
Perfect
we've
for
made a
us guys,
dime.
Oh my gosh, yes.
We've made a dime on those. Funny story about that. He reached out to a player to ask why we coined ourselves the closet. And it was nicely texted back, you did. So legit, and again, the following players, the harassing of players, it is really, really uncalled for.
It's old.
It's old.
It's old. It's high school. It's old.
Yeah, I just want to say this just right now, okay? Chris Sos, if you're watching this show, or when you watch the show, if you hear about the show, we're still offering you to come on the show, okay, and do a rebuttal, you and Wendy. If you guys don't want to be here with Tony and Jillian, you can come by yourselves. We're offering you to tell your side of this story, okay? There's 3 sides. What is it?
3 sides to every
3
story.
sides to every story.
Their side, your side, and the truth.
And the truth. Okay. So that's all we're gonna say. But these people right here are really emotional, man. When I gotta lean towards emotion sometimes. People don't want to come and put themselves out there like that unless they really have something to say. And you guys really have something to say. And I'm gonna tell you something. It hits home with a lot of us. You'd be surprised. We've all been treated a certain type of way, but guess what? Winners take that dirt and turned it into diamonds, baby. That's what we do. You see, you guys made money. You guys, perfect example. You said, you talking about the closet. You guys put the catchphrase on the shirt and made some money. That's how you do it. That's how you get the last laugh.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
How you get the last laugh.
Well, you know how the show started, and then it railroaded, not by our intention. Someone wanted to be bigger than the show. Matter of fact, somebody wanted to be bigger than the studio. Mm-hmm. And it was only in the 2nd or 3rd episode. I'm like, dude, come on. We just started. Okay. Well, people have agendas, and it's okay. But I didn't know cornhole was this rowdy.
Oh, man.
I'm afraid.
Be surprised, bro.
I'm afraid there's going to be some cornhole drive-bys. They're going to be throwing bags.
Man.
They're going to be like.
For real.
As long as it's in the old school cornfield bags, we're good.
Right.
Those ones might hurt.
Yeah.
What, they made a corn husk or something?
Corn husk?
Yeah, is that when you said old school?
The corn kernels.
Corn kernels
They
in
used
the
to be
bag.
filled with corn
they used to
kernels.
be,
I mean, they
yeah.
still are, I guess. We
That's
just
dangerous.
don't throw with that.
Those are cheap bags, aren't they?
They used to be, $20
Wow.
for a set. Yeah, it's nice.
Wow.
Back in the
Do
day.
we have another question from the audience? What do you got, Tim?
Come on over to producer Cam.
All right. Tell us your name, buddy.
My name's Tim Google.
Tim
How's everybody
Google.
going?
Hey, Tim.
Got a question about the closet. Now, everybody's allowed to come in, play as they want, bring food, and they bring drinks, that type, just like the facility. And what happened with that?
Well, this gets into a little gray area, I think. It gets into a little gray area.
Hey, wait, do we have
So-
a heckler? Is he a heckler?
But no, he's not a heckler.
Oh,
He's
okay.
not
all
a
right.
heckler, no.
He's not, he's
Actually,
not a heckler.
shout out to Tim, 724 ambassador. Anyways, moving on. So here's what I can address in that question. As Uncensored Cornhole, we received a couple of complaints.
Anonymous
Complaints
about
to
certain
the
things.
city of Madison Heights
That was a punk.
that we were gambling in our illegally gambling in our building.
So we went through Michigan law. We went for 2 days, right? Cornhole is a game of skill. It is not a game of chance.
Yes.
Yes.
So gambling is a game of chance.
Yes.
Right?
So it turns out we were what? We got a letter from the state.
We did get a letter from the state of Michigan,
about our
and
50-50
supposedly,
raffle.
just so everyone understands, the gaming offices are located right in downtown Detroit, Michigan. Very,
We don't know where. Yeah, we don't know where. Yeah.
yeah,
No.
very close to
Yeah.
something.
We don't have proof. We're being careful, Jimmy.
So, with that being said, I did receive a complaint on that. It was quickly addressed by the city officials of Madison Heights, as well as, again, the city officials do know Tony and I because we both work for the city. We later then received a second complaint about our business and how it is being run, which was quickly addressed by the city of Madison Heights. And the city's finest police officers, which was quickly squashed. But it was brought up directly how I must have someone that really hates me.
And who could that be, Jimmy?
the complaint was very similar to the first complaint.
Because
And
Jim is cool, and Paul is cool,
Wow.
So-
yeah.
Bangers is cool,
Right.
So
and
it-
everybody's cool.
And here's the thing, I will say,
Wow.
what is going on in the cornhole community has been going on a long time before Uncensored Cornhole was created, right? Never did Paul or Jim or any of the other directors receive a complaint of such, right? And trust me when I say I do my due diligence. I reach out to the other directors. I have a great working relationship with the other directors. So this has never been an issue until Uncensored Cornhole came onto the scene. So again, we can only speculate on who made those complaints, as they did come in anonymously. I can't talk.
Anonymously.
Thank you.
But Jimmy, when you go through Scoreholio, how many companies are saying 50-50 raffle baskets, whatever, any kind of raffle, right?
Right.
How are we the only ones? How are we the only ones?
Right.
Which
that is interesting.
I
Right.
will actually ask, seeing we are talking to receipts, I would love to know how many times Uncensored Cornhole has promoted a 50-50 or anything else of the sort.
I'll answer that. One time.
One time?
One time, because that was Caddy Sack night. That was a good night too. Yeah.
One time?
One time. The one time we got in trouble. Crazy.
Crazy,
One
isn't
time.
that crazy?
Yeah.
One 50-50 got us a letter from the state.
Really?
Yeah.
That is, you know what? Like you say, we're talking about speculation here, but who's ever behind that kind of
It's spite.
snake-like
Yeah, it's spite.
Yep.
integrity, that is pretty scary. It really is. If you got people like that, you gotta. My dad used to tell me a story, right? And I'm gonna say this, and he used to get mad because I used to turn around on him. You got the holy man and the scorpion, right? The holy man found this scorpion in the dead of winter. I'm sure you guys heard it, but I'm gonna say it anyway. He found this scorpion in the dead of winter, and the scorpion was about to die or whatever. So the holy man takes the scorpion in his home, warms the scorpion up, brings him back to health, and blah blah blah. Right. So one day, the scorpion stung the holy man. Holy man goes, well, why would you sting me after I brought you back to health? Blah blah blah. Right. He says, well, you knew I was a scorpion and not bite. You're the holy man. It's your nature to help me. So basically what I'm saying is when you find out somebody's a snake, you stay the hell or a scorpion, you stay the hell away from them. Seriously. I don't care who it is. That should teach people a lesson. Whoever does that kind of thing, man, that person's scary.
So, and that's...
Did I make any sense? Because I'm an old man.
Absolutely.
Oh, no,
you made
you're
it.
right on point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that's the thing.
But so are we stupid for inviting them back to our place then?
No, you
No,
no.
no,
You're
no.
just the higher road.
That's
Okay.
right.
You just take the higher road.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
don't keep
No,
don't keep beating him to come on.
Right.
Yeah.
One shot is all you get.
Right.
After that, get gone.
Well, so, and I would, I guess, like to say too, like not only is the invite to Chris and Wendy in a rebuttal, right? But any of those that are loyal to Chris and Wendy, right? The invite was out to them as well. We opened this invite to the community to ask whatever questions they want to ask. And you saw how we were greeted with that, right?
I'll basically reiterate what you just said because I had a person contact me. Can they come? I'm like, of course you can. Come on. Then the next thing I know, they're not coming because they weren't given the correct information because they didn't know that these people you're talking about were invited to do the show. They didn't know that.
That's right.
Okay? And there's text messages out there. So that person, there's text messages. Everything is in writing. It can all be proven. Nobody has reason to lie about any of this stuff. But I will say this. The person that's sending all these damn text messages, man, they just putting their foot in their mouth every time, man. You can't, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, really, you putting your foot in your mouth every time you say something or do something when you send text messages on top of it.
But again, Jimmy, that goes back to like the bigger story, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you not come to us to get the other side of the story before you make a decision? I cannot figure that out for the life of me.
You know what? People need to grow the fuck up. Excuse my language. I mean, come on. You still got people really in their 50s do the same thing. They follow whatever, man. Okay, follow that person off the hill.
Right.
You know, find out for yourself. Plain and simple.
100%.
That's how it's supposed
100%.
to. If you, I mean, that's common sense, man. Come on. You know, people tell me. You gotta have some common sense. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, it's all over, right? We're all over out there. You know where we're at.
Right.
You know how to get a hold of us. Come talk to us.
That's the thing.
Gotcha.
So, and in a bigger picture here too, just like I said, a shout out to the players of cornhole. Hold your directors accountable, right? So, do the math on the payouts.
Oh,
Have you? I mean, honestly,
do
the math on the
Yeah.
on the payouts.
Yeah.
Ask your directors. Come if there's something that doesn't sit with you right, talk to your director of the event. Right. I think that's honestly like the biggest thing for us. We will answer any questions. We will honestly tell you why we do things the way we do things. We are happy to go over every single breakout of our payouts. And we know multiple directors that are willing to do that. And if they aren't,
there you go.
and here's the thing, make the decision. There's enough places to play, there's enough events to play at, that if you ain't happy with one, go to another, right? I don't understand the need to continuing going to a place that you are unhappy at, right?
Well, my thing is, how can one person have that much control over somebody's? I don't get that one, man. Are you serious? You know what? Oh, gosh. Someone told me I'll never get a job. The way I wear my hair and all that kind of stuff, my mustache, I won't get a job.
It's sexy.
Now these people are asking me for money. Seriously. You know?
The stash is
No,
sexy.
seriously.
No,
You know,
stash
it's
is
like,
sexy.
come on, do your own, man. You know? It's just crazy. It's just interesting.
It is, and that's the thing. I think there's enough of us that support a healthy place to play, a supportive place to play, and I don't think that that's where it's at. Is at that facility. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So,
You guys, we're about to close. We're about to close this. Any last minute thoughts or anything you want to get out?
100%.
Okay. What is it? Go for
First,
it, Tom.
I 100% want to thank Jim, Paul, great shots for the opportunities, the things that they've allowed us to do. Rich Elizabeth, St. Clair Inn, a phenomenal venue. I can't thank you enough.
Jason and Kelly from Whatabag,
Yep,
we love them. They have
Banger.
supported us amazingly.
bangers, cornhole. There's too many of them to.
Steve from Caddy's
Right,
Hack.
Steve. All these
had
amazing
Steve on the show.
companies that are here and have supported us, and we cannot thank you enough. And to Chris, I mean, let's have a conversation. Let's make the next Bad and Bougie Sportscast about us and you. If not, fuck you.
Oh, wow. You heard that.
Yeah.
But, you know,
Yeah.
again, Chris,
It's there.
Wendy, please just look. It wasn't, you know what? I don't think this was as bad as I thought it was going to be.
No.
So,
Can,
was-
can
he was
I
sweating.
say one thing
of
here?
course.
Okay, so there is allegations out there that surround Chris and maybe text messages.
Ah.
All I would have to say to that,
Ooh. Wait a minute. What type of text messages?
naughty maybe.
What-
I don't
what
know.
does that mean?
I don't know because
I-
I've never received any.
Oh, you never
However,
received any.
I have never received any. However, what I will say to this, if you have gotten an unsolicited text message that you feel threatened by or harassed by, speak the fuck up.
From anybody.
From anybody.
It's
And that doesn't
not-
just
it's not
go for Chris.
it's
And here's
not
the thing.
anything or any
Know
company.
that legit you have people behind you and people that will support you in what you choose to do with that. And I speak for a lot of people. We have your back, but you got to speak up and you have to hold that person accountable. So that's all I have to say that. Quickly too, coming up, Uncensored Cornhole is hosting tournaments at Woodpile on 11 Mile every Thursday night. So we would love everybody to come out and play with us. We also have leagues running at Lumberyard Bar and Grill. Love for you to come and join us there.
I know where Lumberyard is, but a lot of people may not.
So Lumberyard is, what is that?
696
696 in Shaner. I always want to say like 10 Mile, but then I think it's
Right.
9 Mile there, so I don't know. But yeah, 696 in Shaner is Lumberyard. Woodpile is on 11 Mile in Madison Heights.
Okay.
We have other things down the pipeline coming. So come out, play with us. Come see us. That's it.
Fabulous.
That's what we got.
Well, I
Well,
guess
dang,
we're done
guys.
here. That was interesting. I
Hey.
mean, the whole time. I mean, our studio audience is. I mean, everybody's like, man, they're
Jaw
listening intently, man. I really like this interview, man. This is all, you guys are just awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Thank you for the
Thank you,
opportunity.
Doug.
Honestly, thank
No
you.
problem. Glad that we have the opportunity to do this. Again, it all started because I was told. I really wasn't told nothing but get out my anyway. but we're here now. Now we have this opportunity to have this format for us.
That's right.
How about that?
That's right.
What
There
you
we
got,
go.
Producer Doug?
Well, hey, you guys, thank you. Thank you for a nice, informative, and quite educational show for me, because I always thought cornhole and it is. It's a fun sport. It's just a couple of knuckleheads in there that are bogus bags, or not douchebags, but bogus bags.
No, they're douchebags.
You know,
But don't-
okay, but
don't let us lead you in the wrong direction. It is the most of the community is phenomenal.
yes,
It is.
that's what I picked up on that. I met a few people that are really nice. So, hey, I just want to thank you guys for coming on the show, seriously.
So
And Jimmy Jam.
I just want to say shout out to my buddy Doug here. Just like you guys are emotional, he knew I was emotional about what I kind of went through. So he shouted out for me. I didn't have to do it. Your people who care about you don't like when their people are upset about something when you're trying to put your heart and soul into helping people. So thank you, Producer Doug, for.
Hey, come on, you Jimmy Jam. We
I-
go back
well,
like
I'm just-
infants.
We really do. But you know what? Hey, that's my brother, man. So he was pissed. He's pissed because I was upset. So I appreciate that. And that's why we have this format here again to release or whatever, or to talk about the good stuff. Talk about everything. We're here. So I thank you too, Tony, Jillian. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the topic.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Yes.
We're done.
Thank you for having us.
Sports Podcast.
The Bad Boujee Bros Sports Podcast. Thank you, guys.